Thank you so much for choosing us. We are simply the best. My name is Jones, Adzi, Jones Adzi, and good morning to you wherever you're doing the listening from. Our show is live on Facebook. Get to Facebook right about now, Starr 103.5 FM, and you can enjoy the show live there as well. We started with this quote from basketball legend Kobe Bryant, who says, once you know what failure feels like, determination chases success. Once you know what failure feels like, determination chases success. This morning, we'll bring you results from the UEFA Champions League. Yesterday, super action in the UEFA Champions League. And then we'll look at some of the results, the fixtures that will be happening tonight. Manchester City are going to be taking on Real Madrid at the Santiago Bernabeu. A lot has been said by both coaches, and then a lot has also been said by some players. We get to listen to Bernardo Silva, player of Manchester City, and then Federico Valverde, who is a midfielder for Real Madrid, who played as a right back for Madrid last weekend at the Etihad. We'll get to listen to all of them speak, and then we'll move to Formula One, bring you some news from Lewis Hamilton, and then also from the world of tennis. Before we bring you some, basketball news as well. So let's start off from the local scene, where Kumasi Asante Kotoko will resume training as the Ghana Premier League prepares to return, but they remain firm in their stance against playing competitive matches until justice is served for their late supporter Francis Yao Frimpong, also known as Nana Poli. The league was suspended due to hooliganism concerns, and Kotoko, along with Accra of Folk, has called for stricter measures to prevent violence. The club is in discussions with government officials and security agencies, pushing for swift legal action against those responsible. So we're going to see Kotoko return to the training ground very soon, but then they are still saying that for the fact that they are returning to the training ground doesn't mean that they would want the Premier League to return until justice is served for Nana Poli, Francis Yao Frimpong, the Kotoko fan who lost his life 2 weeks ago at the game between Structure Mine and then Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Now let's move on straight to the European scene, because Celtic came close to forcing extra time against Bayern Munich in the Champions League playoff, but considered a last-minute equalizer in a 1-1 draw, sending Bayern through. Nicolas Kuhn had given Celtic the lead, and Kasper Schmeichel also made crucial saves. In fact, 8 saves before Alphonso Davies' late goal crushed the hearts of the Celtic fans in Germany. Despite the heartbreak, Brendan Rodgers praised the team's fearless and efforts display, highlighting their progress since a 7-1 loss to Dortmund. Wins over RB Leipzig and the Young Boys helped them earn respect in Europe. Rodgers remains focused on building a team capable of consistently competing at the highest level. Other results in the UEFA Champions League saw AC Milan and Feyenoord pick up 1-1 draw, and then Feyenoord goes on to win 2-1 on aggregate. So AC Milan are out of the UEFA Champions League. Interesting. And Atalanta, everyone expected them to get a win yesterday after Club Brugge won the first leg 2-1. Well, guess what? Atalanta lost at home 3-1. Lookman in there, he scored a goal. Coming on from the bench, he scored a goal, got a penalty and missed it. And interestingly, Coach Gasperini came out and lashed out at Lookman for taking a penalty, while designated penalty takers were in the team, but then he went for glory, and he missed the penalty. So Atalanta lost that game 3-1, and now on aggregate, Club Brugge win 5-2. So congratulations to Club Brugge or Club Brugge. They have qualified for the next round of the UEFA Champions League, making sure that Atalanta exits. And then Bayern, interesting game. That one ended Celtic and Bayern settling for a 1-1 draw, and Bayern wins on aggregate 3-2. And Benfica also settling for a 3-3 draw. So interesting games, a lot of goals yesterday. Benfica and Monaco settled for a 3-3 draw, and Benfica wins on 4-3 on aggregate. So congratulations to the teams that have qualified so far. Feyenoord, Club Brugge, Bayern Munich, and then Benfica. Right, tonight we're going to see action in the UEFA Champions League with some super play. Of course, the biggest one tonight would be Manchester City going to the Bernabeu. Yes, to take on Real Madrid at 8 p.m. And we'll see PSG take on Brest. PSV play Juventus, and then at 5:45 p.m. Dortmund take on Sporting CP. But then let's just get to preview some of the games, because coach of Manchester City Pep Guardiola says there will be pressure at the Bernabeu, but it will depend on how the team will handle it, and he's hoping for a victory tonight.
At the stage, the pressure is there, but it's more than welcome. You cannot perform well without the pressure. And it's what it is, not the first time. It depends how we play, how we handle it, the moments always in this stadium, in the biggest stadiums. No matter it's here, in Barcelona, Milan, and Anfield, always the bad moments that you have to suffer will be there. Try to reduce as less as possible.
Manchester City midfielder Bernardo Silva, he believes that the team doesn't need too much motivation in tonight's game, and they believe that it is possible to get a good result tonight.
I don't think my teammates need a lot of motivation to play this competition, to play against this opponent. It's going to be such a special game. In terms of what this represents to us after so many bad results in the Premier League, obviously still having the opportunity to stay in this competition, and knowing that we're not going to win the other most important competition of the season, which is the Premier League, it's always a big motivation for us, knowing that now we're in a worse place than we were when the tie started, because we were playing at home when we lost. But still we believe that it's possible, knowing that we play against a very good team, and a team with a lot of special moments in this competition. But yeah, we believe that we can come here, we can try, and maybe eventually put some problems to this Madrid team, knowing, as I said, that they're a top side. Yeah.
Right, Bernardo Silva believing that they can get it done tonight, and of course, from one midfielder to another, let's move on to Real Madrid and speak and listen to Federico Valverde, who believes that they need to do their best to win tonight.
Bueno, un partido. So, it's a game that defines the playoff. We know how important it is to win tomorrow, to stay focused, to work hard. It's a great pleasure to be part of this team, to keep on playing games, to keep on fulfilling goals, both at group and individual level, but you always try to give your best at individual level. But the most important thing is the group. We have to be good, we have to be strong, we have to work both in defense and in the attack line, so that it's
That was Federico Valverde speaking through an interpreter. Of course, they speak Spanish these days a lot. So let's also get to listen to coach of Real Madrid, Carlo Ancelotti, speaking ahead of the game.
So difficult, good game tomorrow. We're trying to prepare very well to recover players that can help us. We try to have the same game as we played 1 week ago, was the idea. And obviously we have to take into account every difficulty that we may have of this kind of games. I mean, for a playoff, where everything is at stake in just 90 minutes.
How that game would actually happen tonight, 8 p.m. Manchester City traveling to the Bernabeu to take on Real Madrid in there. There's going to be action in the English Premier League tonight. Liverpool league leaders take on Aston Villa, and coach Ancelotti is optimistic ahead of their chances of winning the Premier League. I mean, ahead of the game tonight, but also believes that Aston Villa are a very good side and have a good run of form.
Accomplishment, isn't it? They are in an extremely good run of form at the moment. No, but they did beat Celtic at home in an evening game 4-2. So I think Villa away, when you get the fixture list, you all know that Villa away is one of the tougher ones you can face. And but last season was also a very interesting game, with it ending 3-3, if I remember correctly. So very good manager, always has a very good game plan. They brought in quite a lot of good players in the winter break as well, and they already had a very good team. They qualified for top 8 in the Champions League, so it tells you that it's a strong team we are going to face. But yeah, that's what I started with. Wolves at home was also tough for us. So there is every game in this period of time for every team in the league is difficult.
All right, so we'll be having some games in the UEFA Champions League tonight. 5:45 p.m. Dortmund taking on Sporting CP. PSV play Juventus at 8 p.m. PSV take on Juventus at 8 p.m. and then PSG take on Brest at 8 p.m. as well. Real Madrid having 3-2 advantage will take on Manchester City. And in the English Premier League at exactly 7:30 p.m. Aston Villa face Liverpool. All right, now let's move on to the world of Formula One, because Lewis Hamilton made his debut as a Ferrari driver at F1's 2025 season launch at London's O2 Arena, where he received the loudest cheers from a sold-out 15,000 crowd. The event celebrating F1's 75th anniversary featured all 10 teams and 20 drivers, breaking online viewership records. Host Jack Whitehall joked about Hamilton's move from Mercedes, calling it their worst nightmare. Other stars like Lando Norris, Charles Leclerc, and Fernando Alonso were well received, while Red Bull boss Christian Horner was booed. In that event. Then the night included performances from Machine Gun Kelly, and take that the event was considered a success, setting the stage for the new season. And McLaren closed the show with CEO Zak Brown declaring, "We never stop racing, let's go." And to some tennis news, because we see the return of women's tennis to Queen's Club in June, and we will see the likes of Katie Butler and Emma Raducanu. They would headline the historic return of women's tennis to Queen's Club in June, marking the first women's competition there since 1973. They will be joined by Madison Keys, Naomi Osaka, Daria Kasatkina for the HCBS Championship running from 7th to the 15th of June. Bota, Britain's number one since June 2023, has won 3 WTA titles, including back-to-back Nottingham Crowns. Raducanu, the 2021 US Open champion, made a strong comeback in 2023 after injury. And tournament director Laura Robinson highlighted the star-studded lineup, calling it a spectacular return for women's tennis at the Queen's Club. And we will also move on to Emma Raducanu, because she lost to Carolina Mukova in the second round of the Dubai Tennis Championship 7-6, 6-4, 8-6. Raducanu fought back from 4-0 down in the first set, but missed a set point in the tie break. Despite securing an early break in the second set, she couldn't hold off Mukova. In the first round, Raducanu had ended a 4-match losing streak with a win over Maria Sakkari. Mukova, last year's French Open runner-up, will face Kateni Kessler, who stand world number 3 Coco Gauff. Gauff suffered her tertiary defeat, losing 6-4, 7-5 to Kessler. Meanwhile, world number 1 Arina Sabalenka and second seed Iga Swiatek and seed Elena Raducanu advanced, while Ons Jabeur was eliminated by Peyton Stearns. And Novak Djokovic confirmed that his coaching partnership with Andy Murray will continue indefinitely after a trial run at the Australian Open. Murray, who retired in August 2024, will work with Djokovic during tournament in the US and the clay court season. Djokovic, aiming for a record 25th Grand Slam title, suffered a 7-6, 7-4, 6-2 defeat to Matteo Berrettini in the first round of the Qatar Open. It was Berrettini's first victory over Djokovic in 5 meetings. The Italian, named ATP Comeback Player of the Year in 2024, will face Talon Crespo in the next round. And to some basketball news, the new NBA All-Star game formats introduced to increase competitive action after last year's high-scoring 397 points game received mixed reactions. The 2024 edition featured a mini tournament with semi-finals and a final, and games played to host to 40 points target instead of 4 quarters. MVP Steph Curry praised the change as a positive step to innovate the event, with Damian Lillard also supporting the efforts to create a more competitive atmosphere. However, Draymond Green, serving as TV analyst, strongly criticized the format, rating it a 0 and calling it awful, arguing that playing to just 40 points diminishes the All-Star experience in there. Still live here on Star 103.5 FM, and it is the sports chat with me, Jones, ADZI. Right before I take leave of you, do join us on the game today, this afternoon at exactly 1 p.m. because we do have an interview with Evans Nana Ekoayi, the 3-time Guinness World Record holder in weightlifting and world's strongest man participant. So he's actually representing Ghana in the world's strongest man competition that will be happening later this year, and we're gonna have an interview with him, exclusive one, today at exactly 1 p.m. live on GH1 TV and on Star FM. So do join Benjamin Yama Benghazi and then Monica Bukari at exactly 1 p.m. as we host Evans Nana Ekoayi, the man making Ghana proud in the world's strongest man event in there. Right, thank you so much for joining me. Do make a date with me on Friday as well, and then Nanama will be here tomorrow at exactly 6:20 a.m. My name is Jones, ADZI, and we're outside.